Yeah, I mean, the disrespect, it is what it is. We have to go out there and just talk with our pads at the end of the day, and I think we did that well tonight.
Yeah, we try not to focus on things outside of what we're doing in our facilities. But when you see something like that, of course it gives you a little extra edge. So we were definitely excited to come out here and, show up and show them what we were about.
Yeah, kind of like what these guys hit on. We really just focus on what we have to do as a group, as a unit. And but I'd be lying if I said, we didn't see, what our opponent, player, whatever said. But we went out there, just did our job, executed, focused on what we had to do as a group, and, we came out on top.
Yeah, it definitely fueled the fire a little bit. But at the end of the day, we went out there, we did our job, and we executed.
All right, our next question will come from Kerry Murdoch from Sooner Scoop. Kerry, go ahead.
This one's for Creed and Spencer. I'm just curious, in terms of this team preparing for this game, hearing about all the opt-outs that they had, how much did just going through this season, not knowing what to expect week in and week out, kind of just help you guys stay focused in preparations for this game?
Yeah, we saw the opt-outs. We didn't really care who was opting out and who was staying for this game. We were ready to, roll and go out there and play them anyways, no matter who it was. So we were just glad they showed up and gave us a chance to play them.
Yeah, like Creed said, we're not worried about what the other team did. Kind of goes back to what I said. We focus on what we have to do as a group. We executed our game plan. We had a great game plan. Didn't have anything fancy in. Just did what we do, and made a lot of big plays doing it.
All right, our next question will come from James Hale from OU Insider. James, go ahead.
This is for Creed and Rhamondre, if you guys don't mind, because the running game was so good tonight. And Creed, if you can answer first, how good this offensive line was, then Rhamondre, if you could follow, when you got the ball, what were you seeing? So Creed, talk about what you and your guys did up front, the job first, please.
Yeah, we weren't really too happy with how we played these last two games. We wanted to go out there and prove something, and we got to go against a quality opponent up front. So we were really excited to go out there and prove what we were about. And then obviously whenever we have the running backs we have in our rooms, then it makes our jobs easier. So it was a fun game.
As Creed said, he said, I make his job easier. He makes my job a whole lot easier. Today, I think they did their job up front and got me to the second level. And when I get to the second level, I got to make people miss and just run hard. And he just made it easier on me, him, and the rest of the O-line. So I think we had a great day on the ground.
All right, our next question will come from Eric Bailey from the Tulsa World. Eric, go ahead.
Hey, Marvin, I was going to ask you can you describe that first touchdown that you caught? And then also, what has this year been like for you to come in as a freshman and produce and contribute like you have?
That first touchdown I caught was kind of a busted coverage, and we kind of saw it from the get-go. The safety was late rolling over. I ran my route. Spencer put it in the perfect place, and all I had to do was catch the ball. But to be able to come here and contribute the way I have this season, I mean, it's all to the coaches and to the other players on the team. It's not easy coming in here, as a freshman and trying to, prove a point to other guys. But, I mean, the guys in the receiver room, they help me every day, help me with my routes, help me with understanding the game a lot better. So it's all to my team.
Our next question will come from Barry Trammell from the Daily Oklahoman. Barry, go ahead.
Yeah, for Creed and Rhamondre, you're talking about the great night you guys had on the ground. Is it even more pleasing that it comes against an SEC school? SEC teams have the reputation of being physical, and even when you guys have had success in the past against them, you got great quarterbacks throwing the ball around. Tonight, you just took it to them at the line of scrimmage. Is that even more satisfying, not just to beat them, but to beat them the way you beat them?
Yeah, for sure. They have a stigma in that conference of being such a physical and tough, having such physical and tough defenses that, we were happy to go out there and play a team from that conference and show them what this team's about, for sure. So it was definitely fun to go against them.
And yeah, to really piggyback off what he said, like SEC, they're big, physical, and we knew what we had in front of us, and we just went out there and executed, just played physical, played hard, and came out on top.
Our next question will come from Jenny Carlson from the Daily Oklahoman. Jenny, go ahead.
Yeah, a question for Marvin and a question for Spencer. Marvin, can you talk a little bit about just the evolution you've seen Spencer go through this year as a quarterback, guy that threw you a lot of touchdowns? And then Spencer, I'm curious if you could just talk about what the finish to this year sort of says about this team moving forward. You know, just how you kind of think about next season and what comes next for this bunch.
You know, from the moment I got here, you know, I heard a lot about Spencer Rattler and how good he was, and he showed it every day from the moment I stepped on campus. And, you know, it's the beginning of the season, I mean, he was new to it just as I was. You know, we both were making mistakes, and over time we just grew to the potential. I mean, it's not even, like, capped off yet. You know, we're still growing and the players we're going to be, and I like to see it. You know, we're just getting better every day.
Yeah, and as you asked, I feel like this win specifically is going to get us going into next year. This was a game we wanted to come out here and as Coach Riley said, we wanted to make this a statement. And as a group, we did that well. And now going into next year, we could be confident and just play clear-minded, cut it loose, and just play at 110% all the time and execute our job.
Our next question will come from John Hoover from All Sooners. John, go ahead.
A quick one for Creed, and then one each for Spencer and Rhamondre. Creed, have you made your decision yet on coming back or not? And then for Spencer and Rhamondre, I asked Lincoln what he would remember most about this team. He said this team will be remembered forever, and I said, what is it that you're going to remember about this team? What about you guys? What do you think you'll remember most about how this team overcame the whole COVID thing in 2020 and everything else?
Yeah, so I haven't made my decision yet. I'm going to talk to my family, talk to my coaches, and see what the best options are for me, and then I'll go from there.
And you mentioned how Coach Riley said, we'll never forget this, and it will be remembered. This year, just overall with COVID, with the social injustices, with teams not being able to play, with some of our players getting COVID, and having to be safe with all that stuff, and just going through all these hardships and adversity. No Oklahoma team, no college team, has been able to go through that and come out on top with a Big 12 championship and a Cotton Bowl, championship. So, just having two trophies in this year, who would have known? I mean, we started out the year with 2 losses, and from there on out, we flipped a switch and just kept our head down and kept working. And that's all we could do. And we're happy to be here now.
I think Spencer got it spot on. Just all the hardships we've been going through, and the COVID, social injustice, and then with me personally, my suspension with Ronnie and Trajan, like it just makes this a whole lot better at the end. Just knowing we fought through it and and we came out on top. Just trials and tribulations. We just kept fighting no matter what got thrown at us.
Our next question will come from Jason Kersey from The Athletic. Jason, go ahead.
Yeah, guys, I wonder if you could all answer this. I think we could all see up in the press box how much fun you guys seem to be having on the stage rapping the Malcolm Kelly thing. So I'm just wondering if you could describe that moment, what that was like for you guys after all you've been through. It seemed like you guys really kind of cut it loose there.
This time we'll start with Marvin and go the other way.
Yeah, just like you said, I mean, bouncing off the last question too, all the hardships we've gone through this year, all the struggles, all the anxiety of if I'm going to pass a COVID test or not, am I going to be able to play this week or not, just to come out like the way we did, and just finish the season off the way we did. I mean, standing on that stage, having fun with, our brothers, our family, there's nothing better than that. And it just felt really good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like after these last 2 games, it's been a breath of fresh air for everybody on this team, coaches, players, staff, everybody. It's a breath of fresh air. 2020's out of the way. We ended up on top. This is what we worked for. So we had to have fun with it, and there's no better feeling than having fun with your brother. So that was probably the most fun game I've been a part of.
Yeah, whenever we started the season out 1-2, pretty much everybody in this country counted us out. So we knew what we had in this facility. You know, we knew what we had in the program. So, you know, to finish out the season the way we did, being Big 12 champs and Cotton Bowl champions, you know, of course we're gonna have fun because, you know, we were the only people who actually believed in us throughout this whole season. So it was good to show everybody who we were, man. It was good to show everybody what we were about.
I think they just hit on all the points. We're excited for the win. We're excited. We finished the season, and we just had to turn up one time on stage.
Yup.
Our next question will come from Chris Heidel from Herb FM. Chris, go ahead.
Hey guys, congratulations on winning the Cotton Bowl. What does this mean for you guys, and also for your coach, Coach Riley? Because you guys been there, you know, knocking at the door of some of these games and these big bowl games and didn't knock it through, but tonight you guys completely went through the door.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to be the team to stop the legacy of course, the Big 12 championship with 6 in a row. So we know what we had to do to get that. And then just being the first team in a while to win a bowl game, you know, at Oklahoma is huge for us. You know, a lot of people, you know, seem to forget that these bowl games are huge, you know, for our legacy, for our tradition, for this university. So just doing it for our fans, for our brothers, for our coaches, everything. It's just a blessing to be in this spot with my guys, and I can't wait for the future.
All right, our last question for the players will come from Chandler Engelbrecht. Chandler, go ahead.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. I have a quick question for Spencer. I want to go back to that first half. You had a fumble, but it seemed to be one of the few blemishes on the night for you guys. You guys had a pretty perfect night otherwise. What was your mentality like after that fumble? And really, what was your energy like on the sidelines after that?
Nothing changed after it. You know, personally, I thought I was throwing the ball, but, you know, it doesn't always go your way, as we know. But, you know, being through worse situations this year, I think just being on big stages this year and making mistakes and going through that, just going through those growing pains has helped me kind of reset my mind and not worry about, you know, mistakes made, because we all make mistakes, and I know these guys got me, so we good.